Ask survivors. Ready.
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call me.
Stream new series and returning favourites, plus huge events.
It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days, but the entire nation is hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion!
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
If I look crazy, it's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in two worlds.
There are others, but they're not like us. We need to get out of here now. Open your eyes.
Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And we live the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
This is European soccer's biggest stage.
Written in the stars! What a difference she has made!
The question is, can you handle it?
Tell me, can you handle it?
The crowd here feels electric. Stream every match of the UEFA Women's Champions League on Paramount Plus.
I lost my dad in my aunt.
What aren't you telling me?
I'll never know what you've gone through, but I'm sure your dad will want you to be happy.
I will not lose the company that my husband started. I want success. Get it for me.
This business will bleed you dry.
Dad, I'm playing on the house's money now.
No, you're playing with the devil's money. What's the plan here?
Gotta blow!
Yeah, well, I'm just getting started.
Landman. All episodes now streaming only on Paramount Plus.
Good morning and happy Thursday, everyone. Well, this is the day we've been finally waiting for after years of anticipation and 1,274 days since the previous final in Qatar. The 2026 FIFA World Cup has arrived. Today marks the start of what promises to be an incredible 5 weeks of football with 48 nations all chasing the same dream. We're going to be with you every step of the way with coverage around the clock on Golazo's 48 nations throughout the tournament. So, welcome in to Morning Footy, 48 Nations, presented by Zillow. Sunday starts today. I'm your host, Hannah Cash, alongside Jimmy Conrad, Charlie Davies,
Let's go.
and JD Dyer. Boys, we've been waiting for this for 4 years. It's finally here. How are we feeling, Jimmy? You excited?
I am buzzing. If you would have heard me off camera right before we got started, I am thrilled. I can't wait for this. We finally get to dive into games instead of just trying to project what we think is going to happen and try to predict. So, we got some games to dive into. Thrilled, buzzing.
I am so ready for this moment, and I'm ready to be glued to the TV. I've been watching games left and right. This is March Madness, Super Bowl times 1,000. Because I go back to 1994 in my first World Cup and what it did for me. So I get excited knowing that all the kids in this country have a chance to be inspired and potentially set some dreams.
JD?
It's time to turn those dreams into reality. I'm ready now. It's game time. We moved here, what, a year ago, me and you, in anticipation for this moment right here.
It's coming home.
Today. They say it's coming home. You know what? Anything's on the table after I watched the Knicks last night. Anything is on the table. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, how are we feeling about the two games today, Charlie? Big ones in Mexico.
I think we're going to see a special atmosphere at Azteca. Estadio Azteca is going to be vibrant, and I think the Mexican people are going to be proud and showcase kind of why it's such a unique opportunity. This is the first stadium to host 3 World Cup World Cup editions. So I think for me, we're going to be checking something out that we've never seen before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say from a South African perspective, this is probably one of the hardest games in sports where you play the host nation in the opening game of a World Cup. They haven't qualified for a World Cup since 2010 when they hosted it, so it's been a while. They didn't have very good results coming into this. They tied Panama, they tied Nicaragua, they tied Jamaica in a closed-door friendly. So yeah, this is looking like one-way traffic for Mexico, but
by the way,
it should be a good game.
It was the same thing when South Africa hosted for the first time.
That's right, that's right.
The atmosphere, Mexico had to go into that atmosphere and
embrace it.
They got a draw.
They did.
Let's be honest. Mexico, in the last 7 opening round games for Mexico in a World Cup, they have gotten a result. 5 wins, 2 draws. So you would think they're going to come in and try and set the tone for the tournament. So yeah, I mean, South Africa have a uphill battle.
You have to also understand that this means a lot in terms of just to the culture, the heritage of what Mexican people stand for. They've been waiting for these moments because, if you speak to the Mexican community, they'll tell low-key that they are the real footballing fans. They'll battle with the USA, they'll battle with Canada, but they'll say the tribalism, the connection they have with the stadium. And Jimmy made a great point on HQ, if you haven't seen his hit. They actually only host to actually have a home. This is a base, somewhere they can build energy. And it all starts in terms of minute 1 of game 1. So they go from there.
Yeah, we've also got 3 opening ceremonies. We've got the one in Mexico today. And
which is going to be lit, by the way.
The following US and Canada in the next couple of days. So very exciting. Everybody, we will be live on YouTube every day with Morning Footy and our Golazo 48 Nations coverage. You can drop comments in the chat. We will be getting to them later on in the show. And there's plenty of coverage every single day right here on Paramount+. Following Morning Footy, stick with Golazo Network as Golazo Matchday 48 Nations kicks off at 2 p.m. Eastern and gets you ready for Mexico versus South Africa to kick off the tournament. That will be all afternoon with Poppy Miller, Marco Messina, Mike Grella and Nigel Rio-Coker, along with several guests, and they will be doing a live watch-along of the opening match of the tournament and a breakdown of what happened after that game. Then Scoreline will be taking over at 6 p.m. with Adam Hunt, Ian Joy and Michael Lahoud, recapping everything from opening day of the tournament. So everybody, it's the 23rd World Cup. We've discussed our excitement, but let's kind of go trip down memory lane and talk about our favourite World Cup moments. So Jimmy, I'll be starting off with you. Out of all the World Cups that have happened. What was your
first World Cup, by the way, Jimmy?
My first World Cup that I really have a recollection of.
That you remember.
All right, this dates me a little bit. 1986.
I thought you were going to say 1960.
Okay.
Yeah, here we go. No, 1986.
So you say 1960.
Yeah, this guy.
1966. I thought maybe that's where you were going to go.
Oh, he's taking early shots already.
1986, so that was being hosted in Mexico. Argentina won. That was the famous hand of God from Diego Maradona. And I remember watching it in a pizza place on a grainy television in the corner. And then 1990 was a big deal because the U.S. had qualified for the first time in 40 years. In 94, we hosted it. So I just kind of kept building that anticipation and kind of learning through my own that it would be kind of cool to represent my country in this one day. So it really resonated with me how powerful the World Cup could be. And I got that opportunity. So that's my favorite moment. 2006, I got to play against Italy, who ended up being the champions of that one. I came into the game when we had 2 red cards and Italy had 1. So we were down 9 versus 10. We ended up holding on to the 1-1 result. We were the only team that Italy didn't beat in that tournament. And now, 20 years on from that game, people still talk to me about it. So I know that it had a big impact on everybody that was watching at that time and inspired maybe some players to go on and play themselves. Because I was a little engine that could. So if I can do it, anybody can do it, right?
Oh, yeah. That's awesome. Bit of a flex there, just playing in the World Cup. My favourite.
No big deal. Went up against the best player in the world that year. Don't worry about it. We're kind of borrowed. Just chilling.
Not a big deal.
I love that.
All these images behind us, I think, was that 2006 World Cup.
That's right.
Awesome. All right then, JD, what's your World Cup memory?
Me?
Favourite World Cup?
Just on skip chuck D. Okay. I feel like mine's probably going to go against the grain because I think a lot of people feel like I'm going to be one that's going to be singing It's Coming Home. But when you spoke to me about favourite World Cup moments, the first thing that came to my mind was I remember being in school. No, it wasn't. It wasn't David Beckham. It was actually when Ronaldinho did an absolute madness against England.
Oh, wow.
The lob against David Seaman.
Yeah.
The moment I watched the star break out, and that's what I always think these World Cups are about. As much as we're going to herald the legends that are kind of passing on the torch, they're passing on the torch to someone, and I think this was his breakout moment. We had seen what he had done at Paris, but then, the Barcelona madness happened after that, and then he made me feel excited with football. But when I thought about why I fell in love with football and why I fell in love with Ronaldinho, it was actually his moment of brilliance. The celebration that went with it, the embarrassment on David Seaman's face, watching Brazil and those infamous, I know we always talk about the blue, but this kit right here was sensational. And I will never forget this image of being in school and being the only kid to sit here and celebrate. And I was like, oh, wait, wrong crowd. Wrong crowd. But I was watching brilliance and I was inspired by brilliance. And from then on, I watched Brazil with an absolute level of awe. And let's just be honest, R9 was the peak between 98 and 2002. I know my boy is going to sit here and tell me, Chuck D, that R9 was unplayable during that whole tournament. So, yeah, that for me was an absolute moment that I will never forget. I'm not going to age myself, but I was a little kid.
Come on, I did it, JD. You can age
yourself. I'm old enough to remember. You might not remember this. Do you know when we used to sit inside, or when it used to be a massive thing in English schools, they used to roll out the trolley with the TV.
And you knew it was
game time.
Oh, yeah,
That's when I knew the World Cup was a big deal, because we had stopped whatever class we were supposed to be in. The whole school congregated into the assembly hall, and we're all sitting there in awe, just watching Ronaldinho go head to head with all of these guys. And I just thought to myself, the World Cup is the best thing on earth. It really is.
Would you have watched Jimmy's World Cup 2006 on TV in school?
It was a disaster.
Was I still in school? Yeah, I would have watched Jimmy. Shout out to my boy Jimmy. I would have still seen Jimmy in school. I would have been there. I'd have been like, hopefully I work with that guy one day.
I'll take that. That's amazing.
That's funny. 2002 was the last time Brazil won the World Cup, wasn't it?
That's right.
Yeah.
What a team that was, by the way.
Oh, phenomenal.
Cafu doesn't get enough credit. What a player.
Big moment for you, Charlie?
Yeah, my favorite World Cup memory, you know, obviously the 94 World Cup inspired me. That's why I chose to play this game. And, you know, I owe a lot to the 94 U.S. men's team. 02, that U.S. team was special, getting to a quarterfinals. But my favorite memory, you talk about emerging stars, R9, Ronaldo, 98, dazzled the complete tournament until the final, right? Gets his move, and then I fell in love with him. That was the first player I really, truly fell in love with. And he gets injured. And then 02, he comes back. And think about, he had destroyed his knee. So talk about redemption. Golden Boot winner, 8 goals in the tournament, was sensational and scored 2 in the final, took the golden ball. And for me, that was my favorite memory of seeing him get to rewrite history in a final, for him in particular. Talk about redemption, to win it for his country. What an amazing final, and top player.
If you loved him so much, why didn't you get the haircut?
Yeah, no,
I think you're set up. I think you're set up right now. No. Can we have a bet that we can put in the World Cup?
I would say the fade looks tight. You don't need to do that. You don't need to do that.
But the shoes, he had
the gold ones. Oh no, the
platinum,
the silver, the platinum.
Platinum, shiny silver metallic shoes. And I remember getting them. You know, they were so expensive, and my dad's like, okay, if you do X, Y, Z, I'll get them for you. He scored a certain amount of goals. I did it. He bought them for me. I wore them in the regional tournament. We won our states, wore them in the regionals. Game 1, blisters.
No.
Of course.
They were too tight on my feet, and I loved them so much that I said, I'm going to wear these no matter what. And I tore up my heels, and I still played in them. And by the end of the tournament, I was hobbling, but it was so worth it. It was so worth it.
Peak for peak. I know we talk about this all the time, and no doubt about it, comparison of legacies is like an impossible subject. But I don't think we've actually ever seen a better player at their peak than what R9 was doing during those periods, because he was changing the way defenders, and defenders were actually defenders then. Like they would take you out, they would clip you high above your knee, like they would take you. Look, Jimmy's
talking about me.
Jimmy's getting upset about the
dark arts.
The dark arts. But he was making world-class players look like they were standing or playing in sand, and I really do think that when it's all said and done, people need to recognize
when you hear defenders like Maldini and Nesta and Thuram and Desailly, whenever you hear some of the most iconic, legendary defenders talk about R9 and talk about him with fear and what a player he was, that gives you an idea of just how untouchable, unplayable he was in his prime.
100%. And also when you talk about their peers, the attacking players, and they all herald and say he's the greatest that they've ever seen, that for me tells me your peers always tell you the truth. And I've heard Thierry mention it, I've heard Zlatan mention it, even in the small inklings, like what they were seeing him do, not many people have ever seen in their life.
Yeah.
I played against him in 2005.
Here we go. I knew the flex was coming at some point.
Yeah, he maybe scored 2 goals. But what a player! What a player! Honestly, the best player I had played against.
Oh,
and
my gosh.
Zidane was on the field at the time. It was Real Madrid at the Bernabeu. It was a friendly. It was really an incredible experience. But I got to play against Messi and some of the other guys. But I thought R9 was just another level.
Stratosphere.
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting you guys talk about World Cup moments from 2002, 2006. I was born in 2002, so for me, obviously I've seen videos and I know the legends of the game, but I wasn't able to really experience it firsthand. My favourite World Cup memory, I didn't play in the World Cup, but I had a brother who played in the World Cup. He played for Poland in the 2022 World Cup in Qatar, and that was by far my best memory from the whole tournament. We got to go to all the games. They made it to the round of 16, played against France in that round of 16, who they obviously lost to. But I just remember my first game was...
I was waiting for the Instagram picture to come.
Yeah, the little piece. So the first game for Poland was against Mexico, and honestly, I will never forget walking up the stairs, going into the stadium, and like just the first look at the stadium, it was just, I can't even describe it. It was absolutely amazing. And we talk about Mexico and their fans. I think they were the best fans at the tournament that I got to experience firsthand.
Do you feel like you were more nervous than your brother? Because when I talked to my family during those games, they seemed like they were more nervous than I was at that.
I think so, yeah. I think because when you're playing, you're just taking it all in. It's all kind of goes as a blur, doesn't it? You guys
But you have some more. You have some control.
You have control
over a fan.
Whereas I'm in the stands, like, oh my God, when he was playing against Messi, I was like, oh my gosh, and then he was against Mbappe against France, and it was just, you want them to do.
Just chilled players, just every day. Just normal players. I take it back. Jimmy might not have had the biggest flex today. I mean, you have to talk about Mbappe and Messi.
When he was up against them, it was just, you can't even describe it. But that was definitely my best moment. Crazy. So, yes, those are our favourite moments, guys.
Congratulations to Matthew, man.
Yeah. Got one playing, got a brother playing, and then just, everyone just, so many amazing memories from 2002, 2006, so...
You gotta let her talk about us like that.
Qualified for one.
Had a brother play and I went and represented.
Chuck, I was with you on that team.
Yeah,
qualified.
All right then, everybody. Well, these guys have watched a lot of World Cups, but can they build the perfect team? We're going to be building the perfect World Cup team after this short break in a little fun game.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call me.
Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events.
It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days. But the entire nation is hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion.
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
I look crazy. It's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in two worlds.
There are others. But they're not like us. We need to get out of here. Now.
Open your eyes.
Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And relive the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
Welcome back to Morning Footy. 48 nations, more excitement building in New York City as the World Cup ramps up. The intersection of 50th Street and 8th Avenue was renamed Thierry Henry Way for the length of the World Cup. Boys, what do we think about this, JD?
Top man.
Congratulations, TT. Deserve it, man.
So this is for the World Cup. It won't be named Thierry Henry Way once the World Cup's over.
Is that Mike Grella?
Grella had to go take a look at it.
He ain't got no jabs, no.
He didn't play with Thierry.
No, didn't he?
He wasn't on that Red Bull team.
Showing his respect.
Not on 2014. that Red Bull team was serious. Bradley Wright Phillips and Thierry up top. Thierry had, I think, like 20 assists. I mean, he had 20 assists maybe. To
Bradley, unreal.
Bradley Wright Phillips, that was a great partnership. And then Lloyd Sam, another Englishman on that squad.
Some of my dogs. Shout out to Lloyd Sam, 305.
What I gotta say about Thierry is my man inspired the globe with the way he played, both for France and Arsenal. So well deserved. Love to see that he's being honored in this way. Yeah, incredible guy.
Yeah. I just will say, like,
what a player.
He was an incredible player, but I feel like his aura has somehow grown in his post-career. And like, we're honestly seeing more of his character. So maybe shout out to CBS too.
Yeah. On some history side now for the World Cup. Only 8 countries have won the FIFA World Cup since 1930. Brazil are the most successful nation with 5 titles, their last one coming in 2002. Germany and Italy have each won 4 times, with Germany last winning in 2014 and Italy in 2006. However, we will not see Italy in this year's tournament. They failed to qualify the last 3 ones. Argentina obviously won their 3rd title in 2022. France and Uruguay have each lifted the trophy twice. Just touching on that Argentina 3rd trophy last World Cup, there was a comment on our YouTube and someone said it's recent, but 2022 World Cup final has to be a favourite memory. That final.
It's an all-timer, maybe the best final in history.
What stuck out to me was my family and I were at Disney World. So
Did you not watch it?
I had to watch it on my phone.
Oh my!
And I literally sat there.
You're just a new generation.
While they were all going on rides, I'm sitting there posted up watching the game.
Chuck's on the teacup.
Can we just say though? Wait,
Yeah.
So you booked Disneyland on the day of the World Cup final?
Yeah, what are you doing?
You think I have a choice? You think I have a choice?
You were watching it on a phone.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah.
That's a
Do
good
you think
visual,
it was the best final ever in World Cup history?
I think '98's World Cup final was also
pretty impressive.
That was very impressive when he was really stealing the show. Like what Zidane did in that final is some of the best performance I've ever seen. That is the definition of clutch when I turn around and think about that. So especially because Brazil, as we were talking about, were on fire in that tournament. Everyone was just humbled almost instantly.
I think also the final in 2022 was the culmination of an unbelievable tournament in general. And I was over there in Doha and nobody had to leave. You got to stay in your own hotel the whole time. All the stadiums were right there. And I think that kind of building the community with your family and the staff and not having to travel like they're going to have to, or they did in Russia in 2018, and now they're going to have to do it here.
But isn't that
going to change the dynamic?
Part of the essence is being able to travel?
For sure. I get all that. However, I just thought that made for a better tournament because of the familiarity. And so, because I thought every team was flying in the 2022 World Cup.
Yeah.
They were.
I remember in that World Cup, there was a guy that went to every single game.
Right.
Do you remember that? He posted it.
That's like JD now. I heard he's
which would literally
Nico.
be
Maybe Nico's
now.
going
Yeah, that's Nico. That's Nico. But his name was Thorgood, isn't it? Thorgood?
I can't remember his
name. On the internet, yeah. I know exactly. I tracked his vlog and then followed him on social media.
I saw him at one of the games and I was like, oh my God, it's you.
Nico's like, I'm going to top him.
Yeah. All right then, everybody, moving on. We've got some guys here who know the history of the game, but can they build a perfect team to go set at 0? So the goal is simple. Build a World Cup winning team and go a perfect 7-0. First, we're going to be choosing our tactical style. So we went aggressive and for a 4-3-3.
Good.
Then you roll the dice to receive a random national team and you select a player from that squad and then add them to your lineup. If you want a better option, you can get 3 bonus re-rolls to change either the country or the year before the matches are
Just
simulated.
before we pick roll, I just want to say, the re-rolls thing is really important. It is
You only
really
get
important.
3 though.
As someone who was playing this game for about an hour and a half yesterday, the re-rolls, the re-rolls is important.
You can't re-roll the cup.
So we got to
re-roll the team.
Look, as the coaching staff, we got to make sure we utilize the re-rolls in the first third, the second third, and the third third. You don't want to get towards the end and beg a re-roll.
You
Okay,
only
look.
get 3 re-rolls.
Oh, wait. No, it's not the same Zoff.
Go down.
It's not the same Zoff. It's not the Zoff that we're thinking of.
It's the goalkeeper.
It is, but it's not Zoff at his peak.
Not at his peak. I know that. Ooh, we got to go Rossi. We got to go with the 94.
But do we want to commit to a striker that early?
At the 94, though? Yes.
But wait, see what options he has for positions. Let's see. Is he only a striker?
Can you click it?
All right. I'm in the top. All right.
94.
Jimmy.
I don't know if we're going to get that option. Sometimes
listen,
you get stuck.
All I'm going to say to you is if Pele or R9 comes, I'm going to be upset.
You can still get
You can play attacking mid,
We can adjust it.
All right, let's go.
Put Rossi in.
Okay, we got Rossi.
Lock him in.
All right, let's roll again. Let's go. Watch this. This is important.
82.
Schumacher's good. Go a little bit lower. I believe that
you
we
must have
have
played this a lot.
good.
You know.
I'm telling you, man. I did my research yesterday. Lothar Matthäus was nice and early. Brighton was good.
They're younger though.
This is the younger team though.
I think.
Rummenigge.
Yeah.
That's the guy we need. Right wing. Let's go.
I think you got to jump on a 92 when you get a chance.
got
Any 90 or higher, you got to jump on it.
Okay. I was playing this very much. 1990. Only Roy Keane. Oh, no, that's early for Roy Keane.
Sorry, with all due respect to the Irish.
No.
We're going to hit another team. Reroll.
Our first reroll.
Don't do another cup. Do another team. Another team.
Okay.
Oh, Yugoslavia.
They might have a sleeper here.
No, I don't think they do.
Not 90.
I don't think they did in 90.
Do they have a
Stoichkov. Ooh, okay. I don't mind. Maybe we put him in this DM position.
Stojkovic.
Okay.
Let's take him.
Okay, I don't mind it. Stojkovic, we put
10.
Stojkovic in the DM position.
Yeah, the 6. Sorry.
Yeah, that's. Yeah, okay.
Okay,
I'm feeling good about our team right
so
now.
far.
Not in love, though.
Portugal 2006.
It's not the Ronaldo you're thinking
it's
of.
Figo or Ronaldo.
It's Figo.
It's probably gonna be Figo.
I know this team. It's Figo. Figo is the person. Or Deco. Deco will come as well. A little bit lower. So Deco or Figo. You can tell I played this a lot, Hannah, last night, innit?
Go Figo.
I said we put Figo in the 10. Let's put Figo in the attacking midfielder position. I like this.
All right, I'm okay with Figo.
We got no rerolls so far.
We got 2
I thought we were gonna get 0-2 Brazil. Or give me 20.
I don't mind Gabriel though. I don't mind Gabriel at centre half.
It's hard to get a centre back.
Yeah, I don't mind Gabriel at centre half.
Already, lock him in.
Please.
I don't even want to see Vinny or what is Vinny, by the way? I just want to see what Vinny is. But before you click that, let me see. I just want to see what Vinny is.
91.
We can have a front three of all 90s though, but I do want to leave that open.
Yeah, let's leave it open. We might get Pele,
Mbappe, Messi, Ronaldo peak.
If you get a 90 centre back, you got to take it.
All right. I like that.
God, man, they're giving us some gems.
Go down. Let's go centre midfielder. We could probably fill our last centre midfielder position.
If we can get a...
Gavi is a little bit disrespected. Rodri is very disrespected. Pedri at 89 isn't bad. I don't mind. I don't think they're front line.
Let's lock in Pedri.
I don't mind Pedri at 89.
Why would they not give us Lamine Yamal?
Because the right wing... Wait. Can Rummenigge play on the opposite wing?
Why?
Because if he can...
Why can't Lamine?
Just see if Rummenigge, first of all, can play on the opposite wing.
You can't move him now. You have to keep
If he can, no, you can. You can still change your position.
I don't think you can.
I don't think you can.
No, you can. I'm playing this, I told you, an hour and a half yesterday. But if not, we'll just go with Pedri. Just for the sake of it.
Yeah, let's go Pedri.
We'll go Pedri.
Please.
All right.
All right, here we go. We need some defenders.
No, reshake it. It's a reroll.
Hold on. Go down.
Telling you, watch this team.
We don't have any. I guess we have
1966 France.
But you always have to check it out. The whole.
I think you're gonna get maybe a Musa might be in this one. Wait.
Keep going down.
Is that your payoff?
Go down.
You might get
not 1966. Jorka, he's in the
Another
90s.
Another team, please. We got 2 rolls left.
Only get 3 re-rolls.
Yep.
You've used 2.
Yashin.
What a steal.
What a get that is. That's an unbelievable get.
Soviet Union, that's not bad. From 1966, that's not bad.
Cruising right now.
That's not bad.
Greece
2014, I don't feel like there's any standouts. Socrates might have been their best player at this time.
Oh, man,
I don't think Karasteas is in this.
We only have one more roll.
Samaras is not involved. Let's scroll this up.
No.
Wait. How many we got left?
Let's go with Socrates as a.
I don't know. Socrates? I don't know.
82 to take a chance on that?
I don't know.
This is where we need a
But
gem.
you also need. Listen.
I'm telling you right now, let's cut our losses there.
Wait.
82 center back is still pretty good.
I look at it this way. If we're gonna put anyone, I say we try and see if we can find a fullback. Let's try and see if he can work. Oh, he doesn't. He's not the option for
82. I'm telling you.
I don't know, man. I feel like we can get a good centre half. I think re-roll.
Re-roll.
Hey, re-roll it.
You guys go
re-roll
that
it.
direction?
Re-roll it. We're gonna re-roll early. No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. This Steiner at 82 is not bad. If you scroll a little bit, scroll a little bit further, we might be able to get a little bit of a gem, a little bit lower in the team. Fabian share.
No gem here. No gem.
Gotta go with
all right, we'll go with Lick Steiner right back. Just make sure our attacks are down the left-hand side.
Oh man,
okay.
we could be stuck here.
No, we'll be fine.
I think we should have just gone.
Facetti's okay.
He's at 89.
Yeah, as a left back, that's fantastic. As a left back, we'll take that. We'll take Facetti in the left back position.
Oh man, we're down to a centre back.
It's okay. A centre back and a left winger. This is not a bad position. Ooh, this is not good. This is not good.
Wait.
Okay.
I used to play with a couple of these guys.
So you should know some people.
Oh man, Amanya.
I think if we're gonna have to fill,
Amanya.
if we're gonna have to fill one of the two positions, no. We're not going Ruiz or Joel Campbell. We're gonna go higher, and we're gonna say one of the centre halves. Let's go Gonzalez, and let's try and see if we can just like on FIFA, you just kind of shadow it out.
I know.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's worth the risk because we're gonna get Messi now. Okay.
Ooh, we'll take
2018. Let's get down to the peak areas.
Got some players.
You only got one? You're telling me Rodrigo can't play on the left wing?
Thiago Aspas. I love him as a player.
Asensio can't play on the left wing?
Simulate the cup. Oh no.
We could have put Figo there. We could have another.
Hey, look, let's go.
Now we get to play the tournament.
Automatic?
Remember, we could have had.
Wipe the floor with 7-0 Japan.
We beat Japan 7-0.
It's okay. Double figures scrolled out Bulgaria. We good.
We should roll.
France from 1954. Whoa. It's okay.
Wait. Get out of our group. Argentina 66.
That's not bad.
We got a good start.
Comfortable.
We got
Shout out to Luis Figo looking like the MVP. Whoa.
Oh no.
This is the worst I've ever done playing this game.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh no.
So you got to the quarters.
Not good enough.
When you played this game yesterday, did any of you win?
I won it every time.
I won
every time.
Perfect.
I'm not going to talk about my peers, but the coaches like. I bring the evidence out. There was some good results last night when it was just me. But
so what happened today?
What happened with
teammate doesn't make the dream work?
Yeah, I wasn't thrilled with some of the decisions we made.
Figo and
you're going to put it back to surprise.
No,
he's going to go back to in the post-production. I know you're going to go back. I know. I can feel it in your heart. You feel like this came down our left-hand side.
100%.
And I take responsibility
We're
for
giving
that.
some freedom.
I take responsibility for that.
We should have stayed with 82.
For defenders, we had Gabriel, we got Yashin, great. But in that center back role at 82, you take your losses there. 82 is not that bad. You want to save a role so that we could have continued to get one more opportunity with that attacking gem.
To win a World
Maradona,
Cup.
Pele, you wanted that.
But to win a World Cup, we needed a little bit of luck, and I didn't think we had luck at the end.
Jimmy looks gutted.
I didn't think we had luck in the end.
I can't believe we lost in the quarterfinals. I mean, even with a couple 82s.
How many stars we had as well in their positions?
This one let us down.
I know.
Pura vida,
I'm telling you now. You know the film study? You can see it was down the right-hand side.
Costa Rica was good in 2014. I was there. They got out of
the film study was on the right-hand side.
Ticos.
All right, then.
Great story.
Well, everyone, you can actually go play this game online. It's a Portuguese game, 0-0. But everybody, the 2026 FIFA World Cup is kicking off at 3 p.m. Eastern today. Mexico taking on South Africa at the Estadio Azteca. We're talking to Janety Farias on this matchup after this break.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call me.
Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events.
It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days, but the entire nation hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion.
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
If I look crazy, it's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in two worlds.
There are others. They're not like us. We need to get out of here now. Open your eyes.
Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And relive the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
The 2026 World Cup kicks off today with a rematch of the 2010 opening match, Mexico versus South Africa. History was made then, as it was the first World Cup match played on African soil. And now it's another historic day as Mexico becomes the first country to ever host 3 World Cups. Now take a look at the opening scenes last night out in Mexico. Look at this drone show, Charlie, that we've got here. Impressive.
I'm getting goosebumps right now. Honestly, I've waited so long for this moment, and today, finally, we're here.
Can you believe it?
We're in it, and we're covering it. This brings so much happiness to me and my family. I cannot wait.
We can't believe that it is finally here. Now Mexico, South Africa, again, is the opening match, and Mexico's head coach Javier Aguirre spoke ahead of the match about being ready for today's game.
And it's so fitting. It's so fitting.
Transmitirle a mis jugadores la seguridad de que puede ser un buen día para nosotros, de que pase lo que pase, la gente estará con nosotros y que va a ser una fiesta que perdurará por muchas décadas, ¿no? Espero que empecemos como aquel entonces con el pie derecho, que nos sintamos tranquilos con lo que hacemos, que no dudemos de la manera de jugar y de nuestra fortaleza mental. Eso lo saben ellos, ¿no? Pero que mañana puede ser un día para muchos de nosotros histórico, habida cuenta que difícilmente vivirán otro mundial en México.
So let's bring in former Mexican defender Janely Farias, who is out in Mexico City for the opening match. Janely, how is it in Mexico City? And do you have goosebumps the same way that Charlie and I do over here?
Hey guys, so nice to see you guys. I wish I was in studio, but I'm so happy that I'm going to be living this experience as a fan in Mexico City here at the Estadio Azteca. I'm so excited. You guys have no idea, just leading up to this, the feeling as not just as a former international and as a fan of soccer, but as a fan of the Mexican national soccer team, what this means for us, it's huge. It's insane.
You're a true futbolista. And I love that you're there. This is the 3rd World Cup at Azteca. I mean, this is history. It's a historic moment for the country. But how confident are you in this Mexican side? How confident are the people? What have you heard on the streets? What's the vibe around this L3 side?
Look, the environment is insane in Mexico City in the best way, in the most positive way. And the expectations for this Mexico side are high. And for the first time in a very long time, everybody is positive. The fans are positive. The media outlets are positive. Everybody expects Mexico to win, and they don't expect it to be a 1-0 win. I think everybody expects 2, 3, maybe even 4 goals because of how Mexico has been leading up to this World Cup and their preparation matches since Javier Aguirre took over about 20 months ago. They've just all been bought into his philosophy, to what he wants. For the first time, I see Mexico's side that's mentally bought in, physically well. All the players are healthy. And then consider all of the advantages that they have. I think in this World Cup, yes, there are 3 countries hosting, but for me, Mexico has the most advantage from all 3 countries. Playing in Mexico City, Charlie, you know, it is difficult.
You got
what
that right.
The Estadio Azteca represents, it's something else. There's absolutely nothing like it. And then take into account playing at over 7,000 feet in elevation. It's hard. It's really hard to come in to play in the Estadio Azteca when you haven't done it before, with all of the pressure, with over 80,000 fans just screaming, rooting for Mexico. It's difficult, and I think today Mexico is going to make history.
It's historical for so many reasons, as you just said. It's also historical for Guillermo Ochoa. He's just one of 3 players to feature in his 6th World Cup roster. Do we potentially see him starting in goal in this World Cup? Because that's definitely been a question mark heading into this World Cup, Janelli.
Yeah, so I think the position where there's been the most doubt for this Mexico squad is in goal. Tala Rangel took over when Malagón got injured last year. But there's been a lot of doubt because the keepers in the previous years they've made very simple mistakes that keepers at this level shouldn't be making. And I think when we consider the most experienced player on this squad and on this field today, it's Guillermo Memo Ochoa. I wouldn't be surprised if we see him in this starting lineup wearing the captain's armband, because I think he is the security that Mexico needs in goal. And if they start off with the front foot from the back, everything else is going to flow. And he is that leadership. He is that voice. He is that presence that Mexico needs.
I love seeing that Memo Ochoa is still at this age, because I remember playing against him in 2009 and the atmosphere that Azteca had. It's incredible to see that he's been able to continue to perform at such a high level. And he would only join 2 players as playing in 6 World Cups, and Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo.
That's right.
So what an accomplishment. I guess my question to you, Janelli, is we know Memo Ochoa could potentially be in goal. Edson Alvarez at center back. You're talking about some big players, Raul Jimenez up top. But talk to me about Gilberto Mora. Can he be starting as a 17-year-old? I know he's probably the future of the sport in your country, but what are the expectations for him?
Gilberto Mora he's only 17 years old, and he is a rising star. I think there's a lot of hope for what he can do for Mexico. He just signed a new 3-year deal with Xolos. I think that it would be unfair to say that Mexico's success depends on him in this World Cup. I think it's one thing to perform in the Liga MX, and it's another thing to perform on the biggest stage at a World Cup. I don't expect to see him getting many minutes today. I don't expect him to start. But when he does step on the pitch, he's not going to look like a 17-year-old kid. He's going to look like an experienced 25-year-old. He has the vision. He has the confidence. He has the quality. He plays like he's been doing it for much more than 17 years. So it's very, very exciting for Mexico. But I think for today in the Estadio Azteca in Mexico City, I don't think any of the pressure is on him. I think the pressure is on the rest of the players, on the really experienced players like Raul Jimenez, like Julian Quiñones, like Memo Ochoa, like Edson Alvarez, somebody like Álvaro Fidalgo, who's been, I think, one of the best surprises for Mexico in this last year.
So, Janelli, we talked about Azteca, that the altitude, the support. Now, when I played in 09, there was 110,000 people. Now, 83,000 is the max capacity. There's a lot more corporate boxes. I think what I'm trying to say is, do you think it'll still be intimidating? What will the fan base look like? Because from what I've heard, the ticket prices are still exuberant. So are we still going to get those ultras that typically fill that stadium? Is the noise still going to be there? Is it going to be more family friendly? Is it going to be more corporate? What are you expecting from the fan base? And does everyone know the team needs that support throughout 90 minutes to be positive? Because we've seen when it turns negative, the team also goes into a hole.
Yeah, you know, I'm hoping that it's all positive. We know the history when Mexico plays and doesn't do well, the fans are not happy. And that's why I say, like, the expectations are the highest that they've ever been. Playing in Estadio Azteca is something else. I expect it to be full. I expect the energy to be at an all-time high. Since when I say we in Mexico, we expect this Mexico side to come out playing. It doesn't have to be the prettiest football, but as long as they find the back of the net, everybody is going to be happy. And there's so much chaos around the Estadio Azteca. I'm actually going to head there as soon as we're done here because it's going to be difficult to get in there. Yes, there's a lot of excitement and the passion, but there's also stress around getting to the game, getting to your seat in time for kickoff or for the opening show, because there's so many road closures, the construction around the stadium, limited entry points. There's the police, military personnel, thousands and thousands of them in place to control the environment. And then add to that, there are many groups taking advantage of the World Cup to protest for various causes. There is a lot going on.
You gonna take a helicopter or what?
I don't know. I might have to run there and figure it out. I'm not sure. That's why I'm going with
Are the ticket prices still high though?
They are, and you know what? There are a lot of fans in Mexico that are protesting about that are not happy about it, and it's sad. It's sad and it's difficult. I wish it was easily accessible to every single person, but as fans, there's nothing we can do about that now. I hope that changes for the future, and I hope that everybody remains positive and that everybody finds a way to make the best out of it. I know there are so many watch parties, there are so many different things going on throughout Mexico City, and I just hope that we see a really united Mexico, because we need that. The country needs that. The world needs that.
Well, Janelli, we appreciate you jumping on the call before you start making your way over to the stadium. Thank you so much. Make sure you're posting on Insta because we want to be able to live this experience with you virtually.
Yeah, I got to see this.
I will for sure expect some selfies and some videos in your messages.
That's exactly what we want. Janelli will be back in studio with us after she gets to check out the opening match, Mexico versus South Africa today. But we are going to take a quick break here now on Morning Footy. Much more coming up on the other side.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call me.
Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events.
It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days, but the entire nation is hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion.
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
If I look crazy, it's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in two worlds.
There are others. But they're not like us. We need to get out of here. Now. Open your eyes.
Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And relive the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
Welcome back to Morning Footy, 48 Nations. We're going to be sticking with our Morning Footy trivia throughout the whole World Cup. So today's question is, which two 2026 World Cup coaches won the World Cup as a player?
Got it.
I know one. I'm trying to think of the other one right now.
Okay, well, we're going to be revealing the answer later on in the show, so don't give it away yet, Charlie. But for now, let's go over to Claudia with the headlines.
Thank you, Hannah. All right, well, of course, we will be talking World Cup for the next 6 weeks, but there is still some club news to get through, so let's start there, starting with some major coaching news, with Benfica confirming that Jose Mourinho will leave the club to join Real Madrid. The Spanish Giants are paying Benfica $17 million to release Mourinho from his contract. Benfica also confirmed that former Fulham manager Marco Silva will replace Mourinho. In other coaching news, Carrieri has signed Fabio Pisacane to a contract extension, and Kieran McKenna has stepped down as Ipswich Town manager just a month after leading them to promotion to the Premier League. Moving over now to some transfer news, Manchester City is set to break the British transfer record to sign England midfielder Elliot Anderson from Nottingham Forest. According to multiple reports, City has already had a $160 million offer for Anderson rejected, but a deal for the 23-year-old World Cup midfielder is expected to be completed, and the fee will make Anderson the most expensive English player in history. In other transfer news, Tottenham completed a free transfer for Argentina World Cup defender Marcos Senesi from Bournemouth, and Bayern Munich is reportedly finalizing a transfer for German-American defender Nathaniel Brown in a deal that will be worth more than $75 million. And Jadon Sancho has left Manchester United as a free agent. All right, that is enough club news. Let's finally get into some World Cup news here. We will be keeping you covered, of course, on all World Cup related news. And we're going to start now the latest on the injury front, starting with Morocco, who have lost two starters to injuries. Naif Aguerd and Abdi Ezalzouleh have been replaced on Morocco's squad after both failing to recover from injury. So Marwan Sadanese and Amin Spy have been called up as replacements. Morocco begins their World Cup journey on Saturday, and that'll be against Brazil. In other injury news, we do have some potentially good news for the U.S. men's national team, with fresh reports having Paraguayan star Julio Enciso set to be left out of Paraguay's starting lineup for tomorrow night's World Cup opener against the USA. Continuing on with World Cup news, FIFA President Gianni Infantino faced the media yesterday ahead of today's opening match, and he fielded pointed questions on topics ranging from the World Cup's inflated ticket prices to Somalian referee Omar Artan being denied a visa. When asked about the issues, Infantino had a questionable response to the critics. Take a listen.
Of course, it is unfortunate as well what happened to Omar, the referee from Somalia. But again, we don't control everything. We try, we will discuss, we will speak, we will see. Maybe sometimes it's good as well to just, chill, relax. We work on everything. We try to solve everything. sometimes to immediately start screaming and shouting has the opposite effect of finding a solution.
An update on the Somalian referee. UEFA has announced that Omar Artan will officiate the UEFA Super Cup in August. Guys, what are you guys thinking? JD automatically putting the hands up.
I'm just confused as to why that statement. We're not talking about the Super Cup. I need to understand what the World Cup is. Like, this is the best officiate from Africa, from the region of Africa. He's worked his whole life. Like all of us, as players, as broadcasters, have worked their whole lives to kind of get to this stage. And number one, for the president to not even recognize and call his full name tells me the lack of accountability and also the recognition for the moment. It shows me the gap in terms of what normal people are going through to what you're actually seeing and what you're experiencing. You're a governing body. You're a sporting organization. So you have the power to turn around and flex. That's why you turn around and put things in certain regions. So you understood the parameters. You understood the expectations that were here for the global game. And you want to allow a region or allow a country to dictate as to whether or not people can come in and come out. This is not the only story. So it shows me how disattached. And I refuse to call the president his name, because if he doesn't want to call people by their name, then why should we call them by his name? Like, because I look here like this isn't the only incident we've seen. The Iranian team that has to turn around and travel in and out of the United States as part of a World Cup competition is a disgrace. Absolute disgrace.
I thought
so if
we
want to
gave
let
this
politics
guy...
get in the game, then let's address everything. Don't just address it half-stepping it. Let's just do it properly.
Yeah, I thought we gave this guy a FIFA Peace Prize to help grease the wheels, you know what I mean? That FIFA would have some control. And I don't know if that's worked out as well as Gianni Infantino preferred. So, yeah, telling everybody to chill and relax, I thought was dismissive in some ways. If I kind of take off and trying to look at it unemotionally, you can say, okay, I can see where he's coming from because he's just trying to help solve problems. But that's just, for me, that's putting gas on the flames, because now you're asking people who have been frustrated by this whole process in so many different ways, whether it's the referee, whether it's the Iranian team, whether it's fans that can't get in, players that can't get in, real Embolo that can't, players, it's crazy. And if we're going to host a tournament of this stature that's for everybody, then it needs to be open to everybody. You can't just pick and choose who you allow in and who you don't.
Yeah, Charlie, how do you think he's handling it? Are you buying the let's just chill everybody, let's relax? What do you make of that?
Well, that's just a blanket statement to focus on the tournament at hand and take away. It's almost a distraction. Hey, let's just think about this shiny gold prize that we have.
Stay in your lane,
and
Chuck.
not
just
worry about the issues and the problems that are surrounding the tournament. I look back at the World Cup draw and the FIFA Peace Prize that they gave Trump, and the interactions between Gianni Infantino and Trump. It just doesn't feel genuine. And, you know, I understand this country has been going through a lot in terms of all the different protocols when you're talking about we got to secure the border, and all of a sudden you're talking about this is a tournament that's supposed to embrace the world. We got to be at the forefront of welcoming people to this country and treating them with respect and connecting people. This is why I fell in love with the game, because I felt that. I went to South Korea, Bolivia, and I got to interact and meet people from those countries, but every country was welcome and embraced in different foods and ethnicities and cultures. And so, yeah, it's disappointing. And we got to talk about those issues. And it's sad that we have to talk about those issues at this stage on day one of the tournament. So,
It's just, for me, it's a personal connotation as well, because as someone who for the last year and a half has had to go through second screening, probably, and you see how often I travel, the majority of times I go through an airport, it's an uncomfortable experience. It's almost inhumane at times. And to think that you're actually going to do work, you've worked your whole life to get to this stage, the inhuman process of that part, in terms of just because, and to be told to just chill and just relax. Like, he's supposed to come here and represent himself, represent his family, represent his country, and officiating at the biggest football competition of the world. And he's being stuck at the border as if he wasn't invited here. Make that make sense.
Yeah. Well, everybody, the 23rd edition of the World Cup is beginning in just a few hours at the Estadio Azteca, Mexico taking on South Africa. We're going to be continuing our build-up here on Morning Footy after this short break, so do stay with us, everyone.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call me.
Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events.
It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days, but the entire nation is hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion.
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
If I look crazy, it's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in two worlds.
There are others. They're not like us. We need to get out of here now. Open your eyes.
Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And relive the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
Welcome back to Morning Footy, 48 nations. Time to revisit our World Cup trivia, and it's causing a bit of debate here in the studio. So the question was, which two 2026 World Cup coaches won the World Cup as a player?
Well, reading that question now, Chuck D actually might have a point because it doesn't actually say head coaches there.
It doesn't. It just says
Well,
coaches.
it's head coaches.
No,
Okay, so if we're talking about head coaches,
Tafarel was a goalkeeper coach for Brazil. So obviously in 1994, goalkeeper for Brazil. So technically he is a coach.
No,
but if
we
you wanna,
mean head coach.
Okay,
coaches.
so Didier Deschamps, we kind of all gathered immediately.
From France.
Right,
Yeah.
from France.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to throw a wild card out there, and I'm not sure, because I really don't believe that his playing career was as good as, obviously, his coaching career was. But it's only because I played that game yesterday, and I didn't do the research. But I'm actually going to throw out Carlo Ancelotti.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I thought, but he wasn't on.
I don't believe his playing career was as good, though, as his... But he might have been, like, maybe in a... I don't know. That's a throw out there.
I don't think he was on the 82 team.
No.
They won in 82 and...
That's the team I was talking about, 82.
Cannavaro.
Fabio Cannavaro.
Of course!
He's the Uzbekistan coach.
I wasn't
Won
thinking
with
Uzbekistan.
Germany.
He's your
in
player. You
2000.
played against him.
I did play against him. I wasn't thinking about him.
Yeah,
Wow.
so true.
And then obviously Didier Deschamps won. He was the captain of the France team in 1998 and also won with France.
When are we going to do a World
Coach.
Cup spotlight on Uzbekistan?
Deschamps, one of three people to win the World Cup as a player and manager. There you go.
1 in 3.
Yeah. All right then, everyone. Okay, so the USA opening game is tomorrow. Coming up next, we'll be diving into the US men's national team. They're 36 hours away from their first game against Paraguay.
Come on, boys.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call me.
Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events.
It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days, but the entire nation is hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion.
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
I look crazy. It's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in two worlds.
There are others. They're not like us. We need to get out of here now. Open your eyes.
Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbuster.
Trust me.
And relive the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
Sebastian Berhalter is set to join his father Greg as the latest father-son duo to both play in a World Cup. A two-time World Cup veteran for the USA in 2002 and 2006, Greg also coached the USA in the 2022 tournament. Now the head coach of the Chicago Fire, Greg wrote Sebastian an emotional letter to congratulate him on the special accomplishment. Here's Sebastian reacting to his father's touching words.
I hope you always remember this. I'm proud of you. Because of who you are, not because of what you accomplished. You stayed humble through it all. You stayed grounded. You stayed kind. And you're becoming an incredible young man. You earned this. I love you, Dad.
Oh, an emotional moment for Seb Berhalter. They're getting a letter from his dad. 2 years ago, I don't think any of us would have expected he would make a World Cup roster, and it's kind of a full circle moment for him and his dad, Charlie, considering his dad never gave him a spot on the roster, and he's kind of worked hard and done it all himself.
It's an incredible testament to his courage, his bravery, just getting a chance to watch him play in college. I called his games when he was playing at North Carolina, and to see how far he's come. And, you know, as a father, you always dream of your child fulfilling their potential and, you know, making their dreams come true. You know that Sebastian gave everything he absolutely had to make this dream come true. He worked his tail off, and he knew that, man, if my father is this coach, he probably can't take me just because of that, you
dynamic. Nepotism?
That
dynamic.
It's a privilege, right? It's an absolute privilege, but you feel that privilege prevents you from going because it's your father, that dynamic. Now, for your father to be removed from the situation and you still earn it with Mauricio Pochettino, that's just, it's what life is all about as a parent. It's touching. And I know how hard he's had to work to get to where he is today. So I'm moved. It's special time for him, but think about his parents and his family. And kudos to the Berhalters.
Yeah, another father-son duo in the World Cup.
Yeah, he's exciting. Yeah, I'm curious to see how he performs. I hope that he gets some minutes. There could be an opportunity for him to play tomorrow night next to Tyler Adams. I see a lot of his qualities, some of his intangibles, and kind of where I was as a player, just hardworking, committed, all for the team at all times. You need me to play whatever, I'll play whatever. You know, so he's got a good spirit and attitude about him, and I think that's why he was an easy add from Mauricio.
What's the percentage for you that he starts tomorrow?
I don't think he'll start tomorrow because Paraguay and Australia in our game 2 tend to sit back. Not to say that they will, but tend to sit back when they play. And I think that lends itself to maybe having more of an attacking player next to Tyler Adams. And then maybe in the Turkey game, you could bring in Berhalter based on what the first 2 results went.
Yeah.
I agree with that tactical reshape. I think you probably bring maybe Weston, which sounds a bit crazy, but you bring Weston McKennie into that midfield because he has that freedom and that flexibility and that timing to be in the box whenever he feels like, and maybe allow like a Malik Tillman to go and play in a 10 next to Christian, just because you want to express yourself, especially in the opening games. You want to really implement who you are on a team and get the confidence and the momentum of course, being a host nation and so much expectations behind them. But incredible moments. Like, obviously, I'm not a father yet, but like, I will just say, just listening to you both speak about your families, I could only imagine what that feels like in terms of just passing on that lineage and having that moment. It probably means more to his dad than it probably does to him right now.
Yeah.
Because he's watched the whole thing.
Yeah.
The pride that you feel.
Yeah, because you created that. Like,
You know, like, you're saying, man, as a father, you give everything to your kids.
Yeah.
You want them to succeed. You want them to be happy. And think about the many ups and downs along that path of them trying to figure out who they are, what they can be, the potential that they have, realizing it, but then saying, okay, you have your dream. We've done everything we can in our power. We've given you a good foundation. Now it's on you. And you got to watch them struggle and fight and win and struggle and fight and win. And then here he is now at the world stage with the U.S. men's national team. It's incredible.
Yeah, very, very exciting. U.S. men's national team play Paraguay tomorrow. The furthest the U.S. have ever made in the World Cup is the quarterfinals back in 2002. So, Jimmy, we're going to be coming to you on your top 5 players in World Cups from the US.
Yeah,
Who's on that list
this was
for you?
difficult because I got tasked to like a World Cup performance. It wasn't just a one game. It was like a whole performance throughout a World Cup. So.
Oh, I'm getting ready for
it. Yeah, I have to sit myself forward as well.
Yeah. Lean forward, fasten your seatbelts, whatever you want to do. So I'm going to go 5 down to 1, okay? And so at number 5, and it's just going to feel a little bit chronological, but there's a tie in 5th. 2014 World Cup between Clint Dempsey and Tim Howard. Now, Tim Howard had the standout performance in that game against Belgium in the round of 16, where he made more saves in a World Cup game than any other goalkeeper in history. So that needs to be included, and obviously we got through the group of death. Clint Dempsey scored 29 seconds into that tournament against Ghana, which really helped us set the tone and helped us. He was the captain of that one to get us through. This is a bit of a legacy pick, too, because he scored in 3 straight World Cups. And even though maybe he wasn't the out-and-out like star of any of them, he was still someone that we counted on, and I wanted to give him his flowers on that. All right, number 4, I am going to go to 2010. Landon Donovan scored 3 goals in this game, including the most pivotal one, maybe our most important or most famous goal against Algeria to help us get into the round of 16 where we lost to Ghana. Ghana's always like a bogey team for us, even though we did beat them in 2014. But I just thought he scored 3 goals in this one and really kind of showcased why he's one of our best players. So Chuck's still eyeballing me over here, but I think I'm doing all right.
No, you said 3 goals in this game. You mean the
3 goals in the tournament, excuse me. Yeah, I appreciate the clarification. But that Algeria goal obviously was next level and very famous. And it inspired Christian Pulisic. He still referenced that goal as a point of inspiration for himself. And then I went to 2002. We got to the quarterfinals, as Hannah said, our best finish, and Brad Friedel in goal was immense. We definitely don't get to the quarterfinals without him. He actually was one of 2 goalkeepers in the history of the tournament to save 2 penalties in open play, not in an extra time or whatever it is, or at the end when we went into penalties, like 2 pens. So that was fantastic, including one against South Korea, which was huge. We needed that draw to get through to the next round. And then I went to 1994. It's hard for me to pick one player in particular in this one, but I had to give a shout out to my co-host on the Call It What You Want podcast. You should listen to that. Tony Miola, who not only made some big saves throughout this tournament, but rocked a mullet and a ponytail. So we really appreciate Big Tones throughout this. That whole team inspired Chuck and inspired me and inspired so many to want to be a part of this sport and to help it grow. And those guys are proper pioneers. And so I would probably nominate the whole team, but Big Tones is a standout. And then this is the one that Chuck's been waiting for. Number 1, 1930. Throwing it back to Bert Patnaud, who scored a hat trick. The first hat trick ever scored in a World Cup was scored by an American. We got to the semifinals. He had 4 goals in total. And we can't just discount that. I know it's not the modern game or whatever, but that's part of our history, and we should own that.
Chuck looks like he disagrees.
I just feel like
I know it's a throwback. Listen,
Jimmy
we lost 7-1.
Jimmy was just born.
This was Jimmy's first World Cup.
Throwing out good old Bert.
Hey, shout out to Bert.
By the way,
first hat trick in World Cup history. We can't just ignore that.
But I don't think it should have been one.
I went chronologically.
Have we got any clips?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but at the
I
same
filmed it on my phone.
For me, at the same time,
I got a selfie with Bert back in the
I'm just like, yo. JD, yeah. Help me understand where he's coming from, because 1950 was the last World Cup the U.S. played in before 1990. There was a 40-year gap. Mm-hmm. How can we talk about something that happened before 1950 when there was a 40-year gap?
History?
You know what I mean?
The redemption arc, I feel, if you're talking about iconic moments, I wanted to feel a couple from 94. It might not have been the most successful, but I feel like it was the explosion. When I hear a lot of Americans talk about the World Cup, I feel like they always refer to 94 being the moment their eyes were open.
Because no one saw the sport played, JD.
Facts.
I grew up in this country, and I never saw a kid kick a ball.
That's why I tell people all the time the 90s were the best generation. If you went around in the 90s, like, I'm not trying to sound like an old head, but like it was an incredible. Look at Big Tony over here. Look at Big Tony, the cat. Big Tony.
Chuck's not making eye contact with me right now, but now he is. I'll meet you where you are. It probably shouldn't have been number one, but it definitely deserved to be on the list.
Charlie, what would be your number one?
Okay, 5. That's
what would be your number one?
Do you like my other selections? Do you like my other 4 selections?
So 94. We didn't have a standout attacking player. You know, you had moments. Eric Winalda, one of the pioneers for American players, you know, as an attacking player, scored the first goal in Major League Soccer. He had the sidewinder kicks. I'll never forget.
He scored the free kick against Switzerland as well in the opening game.
He was one of those attacking players that stands out, but when we're talking about that tournament, it was more of a defensive grit. You know, you're throwing in Tab, but he gets elbowed in the Brazil game, fractured his skull. But Tony Meola and Alexi Lalas were probably the two biggest.
Marcelo Balboa.
And Balboa were the guys, but Alexi and Tony were the standouts, and Tony for me was the guy that really was the poster child of that tournament. But then fast forward, Brad Friedel, for sure in 2002. McBride probably.
Yeah, that's a tough one. He had
some big moments. No Rayner in 2002.
He made team of the tournament.
Yeah, but ultimately, I think Brad Friedel was the star.
He was sensational
in that tournament. And again, we're on this goalkeeper theme. Tim Howard in 2014 was sensational.
Is that a good omen then for Matt Freese going into this? Yeah.
Well,
walk on the shoulders of the Lions.
We don't even know. It could be Matt Turner.
It could be Matt Turner still. It's one of the Matts. It could be good for one of the Matts.
We're still hearing we don't know which one's the number one.
Yeah. I like this.
So our friends at SofaScore did create a rankings as well. They've done a top 10
come
rankings.
At me,
so let's see how it compares to Jimmy's top 5. We've got Tim Howard at the top, Tony Meola, Claudio Reyes.
Tony Meola in 1990. That's interesting.
What do we make of this one then, boys?
Tony Meola's
a lot of Tony Meola in there.
But Claudio Reyna.
People love it.
People sleep on
Meola. Meola's an absolute top legend.
If you're sleeping on Meola, you don't understand the legacy and what he's created. Like, Tony Meola is an icon. He's a cat for
And
a
then you
reason.
were sleeping on McBride.
But I said Claudio Reyna had to be in there somewhere. 2002 Claudio Reyna. Yo, he was phenomenal.
They have McBride in 98, though. That's the 98 McBride.
Seriously, Reyna.
98 is like a shameful
Reyna's on
yeah,
that.
It was a bad
I know Reyna's on that as the third, but John O'Brien, for me, was a bigger player in that tournament.
He was good.
John O'Brien was sensational in that midfield.
We're going to have to agree to disagree with SofaScore.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I do it weekly.
But these are individual games, it feels like. That's across a single World Cup?
Across a single World Cup. But all of those, you look at all of those dates, they're mainly from 1994, 2002. None of it's really 2020, 2022,
Christian was number 9, 2022. But
well, we didn't qualify in 2018.
We didn't qualify in 2018.
And 2022 was a young group going. So when you're
no 2014 on that.
Which I'm surprised in 1990, Tony's up there because that was a group that qualified, and they hadn't qualified for 40 years. So it was a young group, and Tony was incredible, given that it was a young Tony Meola going to represent our country over in Italy. And yeah, I mean, I always paid my respects to the guys that came before me. And
oh, you're respecting history now, but not when it's Bert Patton out.
When it's 1930.
Good old Bert in 1930.
Good old Bert in 1930.
He scored hat tricks. This guy scored his first ever hat trick in World Cup history. No love for this.
Do you remember watching it?
I did. It was amazing.
There's no way we're cutting back to this iconic picture back here.
Which one is he? Which one is he?
The one in the middle.
I think.
No, that's Bert over there.
We've got to go to a quick break. The US men's national team are playing tomorrow against Paraguay. We're previewing that match after this.
start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call me.
Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events.
It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days. But the entire nation is hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion.
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
I look crazy. It's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in two worlds.
There are others. But they're not like us. We need to get out of here. Now. Open your eyes.
Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And relive the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
Now Pepe, lovely ball through from Pepe towards Christian Pulisic. Pulisic across goal, and it's knocked in from Des. Let's go! It's Pulisic is in the middle. Pepe rolls it in. It's Christian Pulisic round the keeper. It's Pulisic with a goal. He's not in a slump anymore. Inject it straight into my veins. Options in the middle. Balogun is one of them. It's Balogun. Let's go! There you go. Where's the red? His goal. It's a victory for the United States against one of Africa's best.
The fact that we got a win against a good opponent, I think is going to boost confidence.
Outswinger from Pulisic. Tar heads it away. Oh my God! Oh my God! Put it in my veins right now!
That's how you get the momentum back, the energy, the vibes.
Now we're here. Now it's World Cup time, and everything here is about getting out of the group. Paraguay's first on the list. Can't think about anything else but Paraguay and getting a win versus Paraguay to set the tone.
The US men's national team are just 36 hours away from their opening match of the World Cup, starting their journey in Los Angeles against Paraguay on Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern. And the Call It What You Want crew will be all over it. They'll be in Kansas City on Friday night for a special live watch-along at no other pub in the Power and Light District in KC. You can join US men's national team legends Jimmy Conrad, Charlie Davies and Benny Failharbour, two-time US women's national team World Cup winner Kelly O'Hara, and host Chris Whittingham live from Kansas City. Coverage will be starting at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and you can watch that right here on the Golazo Network and the Golazo America YouTube channel. So, boys, you're going to be leaving the studio, leaving Morning Footy, going straight to the airport, flying to KC.
That's correct.
You're excited?
I'm buzzing. I played there for 8 years, and those are my people. And so to be back amongst them for one of the biggest games in the history of the U.S. men's national team, yeah, I'm there for it.
What is it about Kansas City that makes it such a good host city?
It's a hidden gem of the country. It's in the middle, and the warmth that they have there. And because of all the teams, I'm not surprised. Argentina's there, the English are there, the Dutch are there. They're going to be just allowed to just be themselves. And I don't think there's going to be a lot of people that are giving them, well, they'll get attention, of course. But
what I would add is just, you could tell it matters to the people of Kansas City. Whenever we played sport in Kansas City, whenever the U.S. played in Kansas City, it just feels like there's a real enthusiasm. There's a real passion for the game. So I'm excited to go there. The Power and Light District always brings the heat, the energy. Yeah. It's supposed to be somewhere between 5,000 and 10,000 people. So
just for us.
Just for us.
Yeah.
Good old Jimmy, you know? Good old Jim.
We saw
you and Bert.
Oh, no, don't bring up Bert again. We saw there those videos of the clips of when you done the watch-alongs. How do you feel when you watch the US men's national team?
Well, there's energy to it. I think this is the one opportunity where we can become fans. And so we're trying to find that balance where we're giving good analysis, but also just feeling the emotion of the game in the moment. And so there's I'd say a delicate balance of wanting to look at it critically and not let that maybe overspill into being too harsh on the players, because we've been players before, so we know what they're going through. But then also just kind of, we just want to be excited about what's happening as well. So when they win, it makes everything a lot easier. When they're not maybe playing as well, it's harder to maybe find those spots. But we love being a part of it, and we love all the fans that join us, so keep making that happen.
For me, I watch with a real intensity. I'm emotionally tied, mentally tied to this group. And so when you watch and you're so invested, I've always been a player that shows my emotions. I can't just keep them in. So when it's high, I'm high. And when it's low, it's clearly low. You could, Jimmy's always like, all right, Charlie's not feeling it today. Because I can't hide it. I'm in love with the U.S. men's national team because I know what it's done for me. And when we're a part of the brotherhood, you support them, and the pressure's there, and you want them to succeed. We want them to do well. It's one of those things where it's like you're a parent, and you're watching your kids play. You want them,
want them to do well.
You can't go out and do anything. They have to want it. They have to fight for it. And I trust that they can go out and make us proud. And at the end of the day, that's all you can ask for, is that they give everything they have to try and go as far as they possibly can and inspire the next kid.
Yeah, they'll be kicking off their World Cup tomorrow, everybody. But one big decision ahead of Friday night is what Poch will do with Chris Richards. So, everybody, that's going to be bringing us to our expert guidance presented by Zillow. Sunday starts today. Chris Richards is going to be recovering from a sprained ankle. So the big question here, and the big guidance that Poch will have to be feeling, is, will he start? How do you think Poch will be going about this, Charlie?
Yeah, it's a difficult one because Chris Richards is the best central defender that we have. He's been sensational at Crystal Palace in the English Premier League. Yeah, just won a European trophy in the Conference League. Obviously, he couldn't play in that final, but helped the team get there. It's very difficult to play when you have a sprained ankle. Yeah. And Jimmy can attest that because he was a center back, and knowing when you have to pivot, when you have to push. I think the benefit for the U.S. is that both Paraguay and Australia are not a team that's throwing a number of players at you and putting a lot of pressure. It's mostly counterattack and set pieces. If you had to, you could play without Chris Richards for those two games. Where you really need him back and you really need him fit is against Turkey.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think what's interesting is that when you're a center back and you're playing against a team that likes to counterattack, like we should see against Paraguay and Australia, you're doing a lot of stop, and then you got to, because you're probably in their half of the field, there's going to be a lot where you maybe check in and then you got to go up over the top. If you've got a sore ankle, that could be a thing. If you're a team, if you're sitting in a low block and you can just kind of put people in good spots and stand on top of your box, then you're not getting maybe as exposed as much and having to track things in the corner. So I see what you're saying, but I also it's interesting the situations we might find ourselves in when those two teams in particular like to hit on the counterattack. I wouldn't risk him if he's not 100%. I agree with Chuck there that if we could get 7 more days from the Paraguay game to the Australia game, why not take those 7 days, knowing that we could maybe manage and most likely should be able to manage Paraguay without him there. But if he can go and we can continue to get him stronger as each game goes by, then yeah, go for it.
Yeah, because he didn't play in the 2 friendlies that the US just played, but he's trained this whole week. So you have to kind of measure where his fitness will be at.
Well, he says he's ready to go.
I don't doubt his fitness. Okay. He played a long season, so even though he's been out at the end of the season, it's almost like your body gets a little time to recover after a long, grueling season, where most players are right back into camp, playing a couple of friendly matches and then into the World Cup. So he's had some time to recover both mentally and physically. And for his ankle, by the time it heals, which is you want that swelling to go down, I think he wouldn't have lost that much match fitness. If anything, it might be a little sharpness might be gone, but ultimately, I think he'd be good to go if his ankle's all right.
Okay, we're going to be taking a look now at projected lineups, the starting 11. Boys, why don't you walk us through this? This is when the US would be out of possession and in possession.
Yeah, I'll go first with out of possession. we're going to sit in our back three. So let's say Richards does start. You'll have Matt Freese in goal. You have Tim Ream. That still could be Turner, but you have Ream, Richards, and Freeman. I think Freeman's clearly owned this position now, especially over the last couple friendlies. Serginho Dest and him have a very good connection. You got Jedi and Ream who played together at Fulham, so they have a good connection as well. Because we're taking on Paraguay, who I think will sit back a lot, you maybe put in an attacking option into this space as opposed to maybe as a Berhalter or Roldan or anybody else that's a little bit more defensive-minded. So Tillman, I thought, actually did a decent job of that against Germany when him and Weston McKennie flip-flopped. And you put Weston up higher, he can join the attack and be a little bit more connected to Florian Balogun and Christian Pulisic, which I think really kind of adds to his ability to be unpredictable, but also just to help connect and combine. And I thought we saw some good combination play there. But that's obviously, I'm getting into in possession. But out of possession, this is what it should look like to make sure we're difficult to break down. But as we move up the field, just making sure we're in good spots. If Tillman can sit a little bit and allow Tyler Adams to hunt, that's what he does really, really well. And I'm curious as to see what that looks like so that we're making sure we protect that space in front of our back line.
And what I would add to that, Jimmy, is when we watched Paraguay play in the friendly against us, they were attacking this space because Dest, who played in that game, likes to get high. You're asking a lot of questions about him, and you're asking a lot of questions about who's playing in this role. Now, if they're playing a little bit higher, they're looking to attack this play and play quick in behind those center backs is where they scored against us. So you know what you're going to get from Paraguay.
No big surprises there. Sorry.
How does it differ when they go in possession?
In possession, you're going to see, and there's obviously some pictures from our last couple games, and Chuck, I want you to jump in here too, where you can have Jedi up here, you'll have Dest up here as well. They'll almost be in a line of three. Christian will find this pocket. Tillman and or McKennie will also find a different pocket of space. And now this almost becomes like a one in this. And then you're trying to create overloads in this areas of the field. But then if it does get wide, then a Tillman can push out here, or Jedi and Christian and Fuller and Balogun can be in these spaces to create it. We saw actually good examples of that against Senegal in particular. But really what I'm worried about the most is if we lose the ball committing those numbers going forward, what does this look like? Because the more we're locked in here, then we can just continue to keep them pinched into their half and can continue to put the pressure on.
And what I'll add to what Jimmy was talking about in terms of Weston playing here instead of Tillman, right? A lot of people will say, hey, I want Weston here more deep because he makes late runs, and I'd rather have, maybe instead of a Tillman, who we're talking about in this position, you have Zendejas, you have Reyna, you have Aronson, you have a number of other players. But I'm with Jimmy in terms of this is a game for Tillman because he can take long-range shots. He's got one of the best shots of players within this group. But ultimately, when we're talking about Adams here, he's forced to do a lot, put a lot of fires out as technically a lone six. But when they lose the ball and they have to collapse, it's the back three, they have to get tight. And then whoever between Tillman and McKennie have to come and play alongside Adams. So you're looking at almost like a trapezoid here in five. That's got to be your base at all times when you lose possession. But the timing of Anthony Robinson and Dest, who have to provide width, that's how you stretch Paraguay, because they're going to be tight, they're going to be compact. You play quick, you play wide, and I think Dest will really stand a chance to have a massive impact in this game because his 1v1 dribbling is what really offsets strong defensive structure.
Lovely stuff, boys. Okay then, everyone. If you want to be putting on some bets during this World Cup, we're going to be joined now by our CBS Sports betting expert, John Buckets Eimer, to talk about this upcoming game, the US taking on Paraguay.
Hey, Buckets.
There he is.
All right, Buckets.
Buckets, lovely to see you. I called him John then. I've never called him John before. His name to us is Buckets. You've got your US jersey on. You excited for the game, Buckets?
I'm more anxious than excited about every game, and I think that's just me as a person. It's hard for me to get happy about stuff. I'm always nervous, but yeah, there's still some excitement, and I think it's going to be a big win for USA, and my bets are going to reflect that, Hannah, so should be a fun one.
Okay, get us started with the bets. What have you got for us then?
A good reminder to everyone, this is the World Cup. These are very tricky matchups. You gotta bet responsibly, especially in a match like this where the books are telling us there's gonna be no goals, there's gonna be no action, it's gonna be a boring 0-0 or 1-0, and I disagree with that. So I've got two bets starting with my player prop. There's a term in the betting space called chalk, or a chalky bet. It's where you pick the obvious line, but if you look at USA right now, every single one of their players across all three of their group stage matches, a player to score or assist, any player, is plus numbers. So how do you look at any game like this and not take Pulisic to score or assist at plus 140, getting good value on a team that I think is going to score at least 2 goals here. And I personally think that Pulisic is going to have a standout World Cup performance. I'm expecting him to be a very big part of this roster, and I'm going to bet him to score or assist in all 3 of these games. So I'm starting off early. I've got a second bet, but you guys want to react to that one first?
I do. I am going to react. I like that bet a lot, Buckets. I do think that Christian, he'll also take penalties. I don't know how many of the set pieces he'll be taking, but he does have the opportunity to potentially take some corners, which I think gives him a chance to get an assist. So I like that value a lot, plus 140. And based on what I've seen in these last 2 friendlies in particular, that guy looks like he's ready for the responsibility, and he wants the team on his back to make plays.
Lovely.
Absolutely agree with you there, Jimmy. And I'm also just shocked that we're getting crazy numbers on USA to score in general. My second bet is USA over 1.5 team total. Again, plus money at plus 125 to score over 2 or more goals in this game. I'm going to take what Charlie said here earlier and say that this game is more about than just winning. It's about setting the tone. I know that winning in the end is all that matters, but if you come out there and you show the rest of the world, hey, we're going to play like we did against Senegal. We're going to play like we did against Germany in our friendlies. We're going to counter. We're going to high press, and we are going to make life hell for our opponents. That's what I want to see out of USA. So I'm shocked we're getting over 1.5 team total at plus money, but I think that's because everyone's saying that Paraguay is going to sit back and frustrate them. I believe that this squad is good enough to break that back line, and I think they're going to get a couple goals in this first match.
Love that. Good vibes.
I'm with you. I'm 100% with you. So.
Yeah. We like those bets.
10-10, no notes, Buckets.
Okay, Buckets. Well, we'll be watching the game with you tomorrow, and we'll be seeing how your bets go. 1.5 goals. There are going to be a lot of goals in that one.
We'll take it.
We'll take it. Okay, everyone. So the US men's national team are playing against Paraguay, and that is going to be over in LA. And guess who's there right now? Nico Cantor.
Zipper down, hair out. He's ready to go.
He's got his
fresh out of his tour bus.
We're going to be speaking to him after this short break, everyone.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call me.
Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events.
It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days, but the entire nation hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion.
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
I look crazy. It's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in 2 worlds.
There are others. But they're not like us. We need to get out of here. Now. Open your eyes.
Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And relive the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount+.
Welcome back to Morning Footy, 48 nations. Plenty of coverage every single day right here on Paramount+. Following Morning Footy today, stick with Golazo Network as Golazo Matchday 48 Nations kicks off at 2 p.m. Eastern and gets you ready for Mexico versus South Africa to kick off the tournament. You can join Poppy Miller, Marco Messina, Mike Greller and Nigel Rio-Coker along with several guests, and they're going to be doing a live watch-along of the opening match and break down what happened after the game. And then after that, Scoreline will be taking over at 6 p.m. with Adam Hunt, Ian Joy and Michael Lahoud recapping everything from opening day of the World Cup. And everybody, Nico Cantor is officially on his way to start his journey of travelling coast to coast of the World Cup. Golazo coast to coast, 41 consecutive days on the road, hitting 11 host cities in the United States, attending at least 15 matches during the tournament on a route that covers over 11,000 miles. And it's just one Nico in an RV for the entirety of the trip. So 5 weeks on the road for Nico, and he still found time to get a workout in and be looking good.
Yes.
This was just before.
Nice clench.
Yeah, that was just before we got to speak to him. He's doing his press-ups. But Nico, lovely to see you, Nico. Everybody,
what's up, guys?
Welcome.
Nico, we've been talking about this RV trip for months and months, and you're finally here. You can see it behind you. How's it all going? How are you feeling?
Hey, I'm feeling great. We start today. World Cup starts 1,500 miles away from here, but there's no place that feels the soul of Mexico than Los Angeles. Obviously, Mexican Americans are the heartbeat of this city, and we're gonna get to discover a little bit of that. So I'm excited, guys. Wake up, it's World Cup Day.
So Nico, how much chest hair are we gonna see by the end of this trip? Because you've gotten us, you're teasing us right now with a little chest hair. That's one. Two, what are you expecting with the U.S. Paraguay? What are you doing tomorrow around that game in particular? And yeah, give us a prediction in that one.
Was the first question, how much stress am I gonna feel by the end of this, Jimmy?
Chest hair.
Oh. You want to see more? I can open it up a little bit more.
That's what we got for.
I don't feel a lot of stress, and I do have a lot of chest hair. And speaking of USA against Paraguay, Jimmy, I expect a good match. The first game is a tone setter, without a doubt. And I don't think by any means that we should underestimate any of these teams in the group stage, although we might think one is particularly more weak than the other. And that goes for every team in this group. I think at the same time it's a double-edged sword that all of these teams in our group avoided having a juggernaut, Jimmy, where we don't have to play an Argentina, a Brazil, a France, a Spain. But I think that's the same thing that Paraguay, Australia, and Turkey are saying, right? So we have to take these games with a lot of seriousness, because if we don't, you lose to Paraguay in the opening match day at home, and it sets the tone. Treat this game as a World Cup final. And I'll push back on a little bit of what Charlie was saying. I was privy to your conversation. If Chris Richards is 100% against Paraguay, you play him. There's no messing around. You can't think that we're better than somebody, that you can rest somebody. I want my best team. Now, if he's not fit, sure, you rest him. Give him a break. Try to get him up to speed. Because you could be going home in 3 games. And then you rested Chris Richards for what? To play a nonsense group stage?
I don't think he said that.
I never said that, Nico. Don't be putting words in my mouth.
We're gonna say the
I said if he's not 100%,
Sorry,
you have the time, you have the chance to rest him until when you really need him, because
you triggered him.
Australia and Paraguay are very beatable without Chris Richards. That was my point. But since we're on the topic,
I'm gonna give a Charlie.
There you go. You owe me 50 push-ups by the end of this. But I want to know, Nico, along this coast to coast, which games, which cities are you most looking forward to seeing?
Okay, so I think Kansas City is one of the cities that I'm most looking forward to, because we're meeting a lot of Argentina fans there. Argentina is staying in Kansas City. They're playing in Kansas City. And I cannot wait for the moment where Argentinians meet face-to-face with Kansas City barbecue. I want to see what Argentinians who have world-renowned steak and barbecue think of Kansas City barbecue, and perhaps we can get some Kansas Cityans having Argentine barbecue. That's what I'm looking forward to the most. And then a little bit of a homecoming in Miami. We're headed down to the most sought-after game of this group stage, which is Portugal against Colombia. I'm going to be in Miami with my family, meeting my wife there, who's Colombian. She's never been to a World Cup game. She's watching a Colombia match at the World Cup. She's going to hear her country's anthem in a World Cup venue for the first time ever. So I think that's going to be a nice little full circle moment for us as we make our way to Miami.
I love that.
That's sweet. Nico, I'm always about outfits. So how many outfits did you pack for 41 days? I just want to know. How many things are on the RV?
You know he only has one pair of shoes, by the way.
Bro, how many?
And he's
how
got
many
his little finger toe shoes.
How many?
Pull those out, Nico.
How many outfits?
Finger toe shoes?
How much wardrobe space did you manage to take up on that RV? Let's just get to the serious questions.
Bro, JD, so I'm like, just like 15% less diva than you. So imagine the outfits that you would take, just take it down 15%, but not much,
50.
not much less.
50.
15, so not that much less.
You mean 75%?
I know the diva ain't telling me with a picture of himself over his shoulder.
Nico, how is the RV? You got to see it for the first time yesterday. What's it like inside?
Yeah, you guys want to take a tour inside?
Yes. I want to see
That's what Nico. That's what we want to see.
How you washing your skippies?
Like, what's going on? Like,
give me the whole.
Give me the Morning Footy exclusive.
So we haven't made the grocery run yet.
Don't try to tell us about niceties.
This is my
wipe to the camera.
Hey, that was a good shot.
Welcome to my crib. So here we are. This is where we're going to be watching the games. We got 2 TVs. So we can multiple screen, especially on the day of the group stage games. We've got a nice little working area over here. And then I'm gonna pop on the other way around. I've got my mate ready to go. I've got my kettle. Look, here's my mate with my. Remember, Chuck? Remember this mate?
Of course.
The first mate that I used for Morning Footy with the Golazo Network logo.
Yes.
So we got that right here. I'm gonna make my mate right afterwards, after we're done with this hit. And then we got the fridge over here. The beauty of the trip.
Amazing.
Beautiful.
This bad boy.
Beds?
That's where he naps. The bed.
These are beds.
Show me the bed.
Oh my God, I would hate that.
How thick is the mattress? Are you on top or bottom?
What type of question is that, Chuck?
First we talk about the clips, now you're top or bottom. What's going on around there? What's going on in the RV?
This is where we're gonna be sleeping.
Oh my God, that's awful. I'd hate that.
That's pleasant.
Hannah.
That makes me claustrophobic.
Thanks for the motivation, Hannah.
He's got a nice little coffin in there.
Honestly, I would have a panic attack in there.
Do you pull the curtain at night or not? Do you just leave it open? Is it like do you leave the curtain open when you're sleeping at night time, or is it one of those that's just like a free-for-all?
No, I mean, I think I should stake my claim. Let's go. Which one do you guys think?
Did you
guys
bring
help
a
me
fishing
choose which is
rod?
my
Bro,
bunk.
you got to do top bunk.
Fishing rod? Do you
Top bunk.
The bike's taking up a lot of space.
Which one?
That one. That one there.
Top?
Yeah, that's the one.
How'd you get up there?
Top?
Top one, yeah.
Yeah.
You have to be on charge.
Easy,
if you're
right?
on top.
You kind of just.
He scales.
You climb on the bike.
Not you putting your shoes on someone's bed, Nico. Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
There you go.
Oh my gosh.
You got that one. That's yours.
He's turned into a hamburger.
Imagine you need to use the bathroom at night and it's pitch black and you have to get off your bed.
Forget it.
That's true.
Yeah.
Good shot.
The bathroom's all the way back there.
Yeah, that's nightmare fuel.
Yeah. All right then, Nico. Well, you need a lot of rest. You're going to be going on all our Golazo shows throughout the rest of the day. Everyone can follow your journey on Nico Cantor 1 on Instagram and also the CBS Sports Golazo Instagram. You can follow Nico's amazing RV journey. Nico, thanks for joining us today. I'm sure we'll see you soon.
See you in Boston.
Okay, then everybody, do
Bye,
join us
guys.
here at Morning Footy. We've got much more coming up on the other side.
start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call me.
Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events.
It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days. But the entire nation is hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion.
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
If I look crazy, it's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in two worlds.
There are others. But they're not like us. We need to get out of here. Now. Open your eyes.
Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And relive the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
Welcome back into Morning Footy, 48 Nations. Here's a look at some big social media moments. This is Craig Ferguson, who we spoke with the other day. He is arriving in Boston now after walking across the entire country. It started in LA, going to Scotland's opening World Cup match now in Boston. He just announced that the Scottish government has pledged to donate £400,000, which is over $530,000 to the Scottish Action for Mental Health. This is a huge target that he's trying to hit. His target is to raise £1 million, which is over $1.3 million. So very exciting for him in his journey as he starts closing it out. Now, how about the U.S. men's national team, who are watching Game 5 of the NBA Finals, Knicks versus Spurs? JD, Knicks at one point were down 29.
OG!
Tyler Adams.
You can't stand up! In the building!
My huge worry here is their ankles. Their ankles are flopping all over the place. Tyler Adams, we lost him at this point. I don't know where he went off screen. I can't tell who they're tackling here.
Are they all Knicks fans?
29 points down. Greatest comeback in NBA Finals history. The New York Knicks.
Sorry, Game 4.
Let's go.
Absolutely incredible. Tyler Adams is a huge Knicks fan. I don't know about all the other guys, but
it's
Tyler
a big
Adams.
moment. Big moment in sports.
JD, you didn't want to go to the game?
Who?
You.
I was obligated to work here. Get myself ready. Get myself ready for work.
Maybe on Saturday for Game 5, you make your way into New York City. I know it's an away game, but
Game 5 is in Texas.
you can celebrate.
You never know, the
in New
Garden
York
Game
City.
6.
I went to sleep. I can't believe it.
All right, well, of course, the opening match is today in Mexico City, and there is a music performance 90 minutes before kickoff. Kickoff is at 3 p.m. Eastern here. So this is very, very early in the morning. Fans already lining up and making their way to the stadium. We spoke with Janely Farias earlier, and she said that as soon as she got off the call with us, she was making her way to the stadium hours and hours ahead of time. So very incredible. You also have, of course, fans from South Africa here.
Bafana. Let's go. Look at this guy.
I'm all about that Bafana.
I love their energy.
We've actually had a lot of South African fans in the comments as well, celebrating.
Yes, we have.
Excited for the
Very
game.
incredible. All right, guys. Well, we are going to take a quick break here and now on Morning Footy. More coming up on the other side.
start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call me.
Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events.
It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days. But the entire nation is hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion.
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
If I look crazy, it's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in two worlds.
There are others. But they're not like us. We need to get out of here. Now. Open your eyes.
Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And we live the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
Welcome back to Morning Footy, 48 nations. Now, everyone, the US men's national team are just 36 hours away from their opening match of the World Cup, starting their journey in Los Angeles against Paraguay on Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern. So with that, it's time for Charlie to put on his coaching hat and do a team talk to this US side. So, Charlie, take it away.
This is from the heart, guys. Gentlemen, in a few days, you'll walk onto the field wearing the same crest that changed my life. I still remember sitting in the stands as an 8-year-old kid at the 1994 World Cup. I wasn't dreaming about playing professionally. I wasn't thinking about fame or success. I was simply inspired by a group of men who represented something bigger than themselves. They made me believe. Years later, I had the privilege of wearing that shirt. I learned that representing the United States isn't about individual achievements. It's about responsibility. It's about carrying the dreams of every kid watching from the stands, every family making sacrifices, and every former player who helped build this program brick by brick. There will be pressure. There should be. Pressure is a privilege. It means people care. It means what you're doing matters. When the moment gets big, don't shrink from it. Embrace it. The memories people talk about for generations are created by players willing to be brave when everyone else is nervous. Play for each other, fight for each other, trust each other. Because long after the final whistle, people won't remember every pass or every result. They'll remember how you made them feel. Remember whether you're inspired, remember what inspired you. Remember, they'll be inspired by making them believe. 32 years ago, a group of American players inspired me. Now it's your turn to inspire the next generation. Make them dream. USA! USA! Let's go! Come on!
Ready to run through a wall, let's go!
There we go. Okay, then, everyone. Charlie, that was...
Mic drop!
I'm very impressed by that. That was great.
Proud of you, Gaffer. Proud of you, Gaffer.
Hey, there's birds. You made it. You made it.
Do stay with us, everybody. We've got much more 48 nations on the other side of this break.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon? When